number, not just a lot, infinite. Okay?
Got it.
So we can't say we. If we said we successfully, then we would equal Krishna. Because that means that we would be him. But we're not.
We're all independent souls, all independent jivas.
Yes. Independent incarnations of Krishna. But infinitesimal ones, not big ones.
Who are the big ones?
Krishna's the only big one. Krishna's the, well, when we say Paramatma, we mean Supreme Soul. When we say Jivatma, we mean the infinitesimal soul.
And Paramatma is within all of us.
Yes.
Right.
Supreme Soul.
It's
He
up
not
to
only
us.
is inside all of us. The Paramatma in my heart is the same as the Paramatma in yours, but he's an individual manifestation. Nonetheless, he knows what you're thinking, and the Paramatma in your heart knows what I'm thinking. When a person reaches spiritual perfection, that is how they
That's Uttamarikari.
Uttam. Uttam means ultimate, or Uttama Adhikari means the ultimate platform.
How do we know that we have achieved that in the future?
If you know that you've achieved it, you would be in a one-on-one direct loving relationship with Krishna in Krishna Loka.
How do we know that?
Because Krishna would be there, Krishna Loka would be there, and you'd be there in a relationship with Krishna. It's called a rasa. Eternal relationship with God is not just that he's sitting on a throne and you're sitting there with a harp sitting on a cloud. Right?
Right.
Okay, Vijaya, are you still here?
Yeah, sir, I'm still here.
I'm sorry for that big confusion. I don't, do I still sound as scratchy as I did before?
Yeah, it was
Little bit.
Well, how scratchy do I sound?
You're scratchy, but you're understood.
Am I as scratchy as I was to begin with?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So when can I come and see you, Mahaprabhu?
Whenever you want.
Tonight?
Well, tonight it's 11:30. It's 9:11, and we're closed right now.
So when can I come to see you?
Tuesday. I'll be back at work on Tuesday.
So you're off until Tuesday?
That's correct.
You're off on Sunday and Monday?
That's correct.
Good, so I'll come and see you on Tuesday.
Fantastic. I'll be waiting for you.
That
But
sounds great.
in the meantime, we can understand what you're saying, scratchy or not. Do what you got to do.
Okay, I apologize. And on top of it, I apologize to everybody on the Zoom call who may be hearing this remotely or through YouTube or something of that sort.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Just do what you got to do.
I do, but at the same time, I'm not the one in charge. I'm here to serve those who want to understand these points, not to be in charge of the points myself. I don't have I'm not in charge of anything, but I am the servant. Whoever wants an answer, I can answer. But that is because I'm the servant, not because I'm a master. And I'm definitely not a guru.
And we are your servants.
That's the way the jivas are in the spiritual world and when they're devotees on planet Earth. Yes, we offer ourselves as the servant to one another.
Hare Krishna.
Jai. Okay, so now where are we? Vijaya, did you have something you wanted to say?
Hello. Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Hello,
Yes.
Prabhu.
Yeah. Hello. Hello, Prabhu. I'm Vijay. Actually, I have joined from today this meeting, so I'm new here for you. And actually, I wanted to know about yourself, sir. Actually, Mahaprabhu. I know about the. I don't know about the Mahaprabhu and the Mass Yakon. Hello.
You want to know about the identity of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, sir.
Okay, this will possibly come as a shock to anyone who identifies as Hindu. I say people should no longer identify as Hindu because Hindu is an insulting term of racial inferiority and religious inferiority that was put out by the Mughals. Why would anyone want to cling to the word that was given as an insult by the Mughals and then the British? But anyhow, Sanatana Dharma is the actual role of what people who call themselves Hindus would like to. They should see themselves not as Hindu but Sanatana Dharma. But in any event, if we say that at the beginning of Kali Yuga, there was still the Vedic culture going on, and we can say that the proof of the success of the Varnashram Dharma, of the Bharat the success of that is that no conqueror can come into India and defeat India. Well, when the Mughals came in, they defeated India. That means that the system that was left in place by Yudhisthira, King Yudhisthira, Maharaj Yudhisthira, was broken. Once broken, and once the people who are supposedly active within the Vedic culture are now separated from the Vedic culture, sent out to worship their individual demigods and called Hindu, the minute that happened, the whole system was destroyed and broken. You could say, oh, there were kings, there's still kings in India, actually. Privy purses and privileges, which means that you have a house and a Rolls Royce and a prime minister who's your chauffeur, but that's about as far as it goes. You know, it was destroyed by Congress Party. It was destroyed during the independence. The kings thought they would remain as kings in a democratic climate, but it was not to be. So that's under the British, after the British, 1948. So right now we're talking about what is the religious structure of India? Well, since the advent of the Mughals, India did not have a religious structure. It's not that it could be a Hindu in one of, and there's Hindus, there's Muslims, there's Buddhists, there's Jains, not like that. The Vedic culture was not Hindu. The Vedic culture was Bharat. It was the global culture that controlled India. And when that got broken, then Lord Chaitanya manifested. To do what? Lord Chaitanya came to destroy religion and replace it with the end result of religion. Now, Vijay, can we agree that the end result of religion is to become God conscious?
Yes, sir. The end result is the God conscious. Exactly.
That's the result of religion, right?
Yeah, exactly, sir. But actually,
And you look at Jews, you look at Christians, you look at Muslims, you look at Hindus, that's what they want. Salvation or liberation or perfection, something they want, right? Spiritual perfection. Well, let me only say that when Lord Chaitanya came here in the mood of Radharani, he took away religion the payoff from religion. The Jew, the Muslim, the Christian, the Jain, the Sikh, everybody, no longer valid. Why? Because he gave the results of the religion, meaning liberation, spiritual liberation, perfection, spiritual perfection. He gave it at the beginning. But he said he broke open the storehouse of love of God. And the love of God, bhakti, flooded the land. Those who were devotees, they drowned. And those that were not devotees, they floated. You see? So everybody was suspended in the whole very thing that you become a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or a Jew to obtain, which is spiritual perfection. When he broke open the storehouse of love of God, what is love of God? It's spiritual perfection. He broke open the storehouse and it flooded the land. So right now, nobody is separated from spiritual perfection. In other words, if you want to become an ISKCON member, you'll probably undoubtedly hear the Hare Krishna mantra first somewhere, right? Would you agree, Vijay?
Yes,
If you
sir.
want to be, you hear the Hare Krishna mantra. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that mantra is in itself, as I mentioned, a Shaktivish avatar. And if you hear the Maha Mantra once, you have attained the salvation or the spiritual perfection that you would like to join the Krishna movement to obtain, or join the Hindu religion or any other religion to obtain. You want that perfection. Well, you've given it to begin with. The Hare Krishna mantra guarantees you're going back to Godhead. The thing is, people say, I want to go back to Godhead as soon as I hear the Hare Krishna mantra. Okay, you can, but first you have to, if you want to go back to Godhead, you have to become a pure devotee. That means you have to give up all material attachment. If you don't give up material attachment, you're attached to being here, right? That's one of our topics before. If I'm in the material world, I want to be here to enjoy what is here. Money, food, clothing, nice haircut, makeup. If a woman, that's what I want in the material world. You can't go back to Godhead wanting things in the material world. But the benediction of Lord Chaitanya as Radharani is that once you've heard the holy name, you're qualified to go out and chant that holy name so that every jiva on earth hears it. So supposing we got 10 million people all chanting 20 hours a day or 16 hours a day of the holy name of Krishna, everywhere, going every street, every town, every village, chanting like that, not just the humans, but all creatures. Well, that will make your going back to Godhead extremely rapid. And if you want to go into a temple and chant quietly, hoping the other guys don't chant so loudly that it distracts you, it will take a much longer time, won't it? Because you're doing it for yourself, not realizing that there's no self in Krishna Loka in that sense. In Krishna Loka, every jiva is his supreme self, yes. But every jiva who's a self is serving every other jiva who's a self. So if you want to hear the holy name and be delivered, you have already. You're already delivered. Now connect with every other jiva that has not yet heard the name and chant the holy name to that jiva so that that jiva can hear. If you do that, then you'll go back to Godhead as quickly as you can give up any other desire than to serve Krishna by chanting his holy name. The minute you have giving up everything, then you'll be able to rise up to Madhyamadikari and then ultimately to Uttamadikari. You'll be in Krishna Loka. Or Krishna will be with you here as Uttamadikari. And in that mood, you can be like Prabhupada and go and deliver the fallen souls wherever they are. That's the mood of the Vaishnava following Lord Chaitanya. Not personal salvation. It is deliverance of all souls. We want to give, not take salvation. The Christians want salvation for themselves. Well, a lot of good it's going to do them at the time of death. They'll find out that it doesn't work that way. So we want to bring salvation or love of God or spiritual perfection, or let's just say deliverance from the material world altogether. We want to bring the process of going back to God to one sound vibration, the Hare Krishna mantra, and then give it to everyone. If you can give it to everyone with every breath you take, you're becoming a pure devotee will be very quick. If you want to be miserly, it will take a long time. Does it make sense? Vijay,
Yeah, sir.
do you like that? Do you
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
it?
like that. Yeah, I like it.
It's the reverse of what everyone, including Hindus, wants. It's the reverse of Christianity, of Islam, of Judaism, and Hindu, so-called Hinduism. It's the reverse. It's giving, not taking. It's delivering, not attaining. Oh, I want to advance. Well, you don't help someone else advance. That's your automatic advancement, is helping others to advance. And why not? It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to lay out $1 million, or you don't have to even wear special clothes. All you need to do is chant in such a way that the grass and the trees can hear you. But we can imagine that practically the Hare Krishna mantra has permeated very many places. So for the next 9,500 years, more or less, we need to deliver every jiva on earth. That's what the League for 10K is. We're the league to deliver every single jiva on planet Earth. And what will we call that process of deliverance? What would we call the organization? We'll call it ISKCON, meaning the reformed ISKCON, the reconstituted ISKCON. The ISKCON that represents Krishna, not the ISKCON that represents different important jivas in their bodies who want to be in charge of ISKCON. Okay? But don't give up on ISKCON. It's Prabhupada's body. But if you give up on ISKCON, what are you going to do? Go eat some meat? Take some alcohol? Smoke some dope? No, stick with the four regulated principles. That's ISKCON. Stick with Prabhupada. He is ISKCON. And if they tell you you have to take this guru, that guru, say, I have taken Prabhupada. He is ISKCON. I have accepted ISKCON as my guru. Oh, but you have to have a guru inside of ISKCON. He said ISKCON doesn't have anyone inside of it, just us servants, our devotees. We're in ISKCON. But what about the guru who sits there in a chair? Well, he can sit on the roof if he likes. He's also a disciple of Prabhupada, no? Now, supposing I want to take that guru in an ISKCON temple seriously and say, I'm not going to try to approach Prabhupada. I'm going to approach this guru. I will give my life, my soul, myself as the soul. I will give everything, my money, my family, to this guru named whoever, Jaipataka Swami or Guru Govinda Swami or whichever Swami it is. And at the time that that person dies, I'm still worshiping that person in death. And when I die, I will go to where that guy goes. I will go to the planet or the birth where that guru, who was not completely perfected, according to the nectar of instruction, I will go to where he goes. But if I take surrender to Prabhupada, if I say ISKCON is Prabhupada's body, let me surrender to Prabhupada's body, which is ISKCON, then I will go stay within Prabhupada's realm and take birth according to becoming a continuous disciple of Prabhupada, birth after birth, as many births as it takes. Far fewer than if I had taken shelter of Kirtanananda or someone like that, or Tamal Krishna, or any of them that claim to be gurus right now. And many of the ones that claim to be gurus don't even really think they're gurus anymore. After all these decades of deluding their followers, now they say, I don't think I'm actually a real guru. Satsarup is like that. Many are like that. Ramachandra, who else is like that?
Where's your phone?
Whose phone?
Your phone.
They're in my ears.
No, your actual cell phone.
It's on a rack where it can be held steady.
How far from you?
1 foot,
Put it 5 feet away.
5 feet away.
Yeah,
Now you're
move
going
it.
to see me become a very small person.
There you go.
Okay, is this better?
Keep talking.
Okay, I'm talking. Does my talking sound better now?
A little
5 feet
bit.
away?
Yeah, put it 10 feet away. Take your phone and put it in the other room.
Put it in the
Well,
oven and turn it on.
Then my picture will vanish. Turn my
go.
phone on and off. Okay, now I'm 10 feet away. How's that?
Okay, we can hear you a little bit better.
Really? Is that true, Ramachandra?
Yes, yes. The staticness is not so much. Maybe
Amazing.
maybe the iPhone, sometimes the iPhone updates the software and it screws everything up. Who knows?
That's right. Could be.
Yeah, they keep updating the software, and the iPhones they usually update by itself without your permission. So sometimes
Update meaning what? It adds new programs?
no, it updates the operating system that's running the phone.
So what can I do to become harmonious with the newly upgraded operating system?
Well, if there's bugs in it, then you can't really do nothing, and they have to fix the bugs or,
Where
whatever
do I
it
fix the
has.
bugs? Do I take it to T-Mobile to fix the bugs? Or do I go to Ramachandra? Do I go to Mahaprabhu?
Mahaprabhu might be able to figure it out.
Yeah. In the meantime, just keep doing what you're doing. We can
Stay
hear
10
you.
feet away?
That's right.
I don't think it
Here
makes any difference.
I don't know.
I don't really think so either.
This
What if I turn my
Bluetooth.
phone off and then turn it back on again?
Try it.
Okay. I have to get closer to do that because I can't reach the phone from 10 feet away. So, Vijay, what do you think of those points that I was making? Are you able to follow them, or am I talking too much and you want to do more back and forth?
Yeah.
You never talk too much, that's for sure.
I talk too much?
Never.
Yeah,
You're the only person I ever met who thinks I don't talk too much.
We love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, but I talk too much. I want
Never.
Vijay to ask a question, I answer it. Ask a question, I'll answer it. It's better than Ramachandra can answer the question. Now I'm going to turn my phone off and turn it back on.
Very good. Okay.
Assuming it's willing to go off.
Assuming modern technology. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.
Hare Bol.
All right. Vijay Lamani.
Yeah.
Vijay Lamani, yes.
All right. Are you stationed in India?
Yeah, I am from the India.
What What time is it over there?
Actually, I'm since from the birth. Actually, I have my birthplace is in India.
Hmm. What time is it over there?
Uh, 23 years. Hello.
Talk to us.
Yeah.
Talk to us now, Narayan.
Okay, now the sound is not coming through my earphones, it's coming through the telephone.
It sounds much better.
Much better.
Okay, so I keep my headphones on, but I don't use it to connect to my cell phone.
Whatever it is, you sound great.
Okay, I'm listening to you through the phone, not through my hearing aids.
Amen.
But I can hear you pretty clearly because my hearing aids are amplifying what you're saying.
Fantastic.
Hopefully there's not a serious problem with the hearing aids.
I doubt it.
More likely a
It's-
problem with the phone.
It's a glitch.
One of those, huh?
Electromagnetic glitch.
Aha.
But you're sounding fantastic now.
Okay, so maybe we can almost do it like this.
Nice. Can everybody hear him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is much better.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Hare Krishna.
Okay, but when I'm talking to someone on the phone, when I talk to someone on my phone to someone talking on their iPhone or any other phone, I have to be connected to my hearing aids.
We'll rectify that for you.
Good.
But for now, you sounding fantastic.
On Tuesday, huh?
That's for sure. You sound great.
What's the best time to get there?
Anytime you want, I'll accommodate you.
No. What's the best time?
Who knows? I don't have the schedule in front of me.
Oh, I see.
I work for a corporation. What do I know?
Okay.
That's Ramachandra's children talking right now. Okay, we're good.
We're good.
Everybody's on.
Everyone's on.
Nice. Where's Narayan?
He's here.
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you see me?
I can see you, and you look great, and you sound great.
Well, thank you.
No more static.
Interesting.
Is that agreed by everybody?
Yes.
Green light.
Amen.
But it sounds to me, the sound coming
Haribol.
through my phone into my earphones sounds as though there's static. So I think the static problem is with the earphones.
Yes.
Could be.
Yes.
And quite possibly with the phone act.
Yes.
Well, you sound great, Narayan. You're nice and clear right now.
Now you're hearing the static, not us. Last time we were hearing the static. Now you're hearing the static.
That's okay. I can handle it. Remember, okay. I'm deaf. So hearing the static means through deaf ears.
That's it. Better him than us.
Yeah, of course. I am the servant. You're the master. Of course, it's better me than you.
Oh, God. It sounds great now, though. You're sounding very clear to us.
Great.
It's time to preach a little bit, Narayan. Preach to us.
Preach. Preaching is not nice.
Mm.
Preaching is presumption.
Tell us what it's all about. We are the soul.
But you already know that.
No. You said we are the soul again.
I am the soul.
Yes, you got to correct it.
Ramachandra, thank you for correcting me. I am the soul.
The language has to be precise.
Yes. And
At least
I am the soul is aham brahmasmi.
Aham Ramasti.
Aham
I am the
means
soul.
I am. Brahmasmi means spirit soul.
Aham Ramasti.
Masmi, like me.
Aham Ramasmi.
Yes.
We can say,
That
hello.
establishes your identity.
Hare Krishna. We can
Okay,
say
so
we are a pure
we
soul.
have poor Vijaya Prabhu. I offer my obeisances 1,000 times over right now for me. You came on to hear Kata,
Thank you.
and all you get is technical stuff about earphones. So please let me bow at your lotus feet and ask or give me what you want to talk about.
No,
What do you want me to say?
actually I have some doubt regarding the attachments and the soul, which you have cleared by today. But I will let you know the further thing.
Well, so do you understand how not to have material desires?
Yeah.
You separate yourself, just like when you're at home
Yeah.
and you go to sleep. You take off your suit and tie or whatever you're wearing, and you put on pajamas and you go to bed, right?
Yeah.
So the material body is like the suit and clothes. So we
Yes.
take off the suit and clothes here in Istagosthi. In this conversation, I invite you to ask Krishna in your heart, namely Lord Paramatma. I ask you, please ask Paramatma to speak through your so-called human mouth. You see?
Yeah.
Give up your idea or identity from your birth. Let Krishna speak through you right now. That's the meaning of Istagosthi. Istagosthi means circle of cowherd boys. And I assure you, the cowherd boys we're talking about do not have material consciousness. So anyhow, would you like to give that a try? Speak as though you're not the body, but that you are eternal spirit soul. And say what the soul wants to say. You'll be amazed at how it sounds.
The jiva.
Okay, Vijay, are you into it?
We speak from the spirit.
From ourself, our real self.
No. You are the spirit.
I am the soul. So
We
I speak
speak
from my actual self. Now, I can say I'm speaking for myself as jiva, or I can say I'm speaking for myself as my material body. So we can choose. So choose to speak as the soul, as the jiva, not as the body. That's all. It's the same speaking. Why? Prabhupada says consciousness is the indicator of the soul. So if you're conscious, which you obviously are, as we all are, anything is, so is the germ, and so is the rat, so is the plant. We're all conscious, but they have different bodies. But the jiva is the same in every plant or animal. It's not a different jiva. And you can become a plant. Somebody did. Where did all these plants come from? Somebody took birth from Krishna Loka, fell down, and somehow became a plant, a blade of grass, a tree. How did that happen? It could happen to you and me next birth. But if we consider the jiva to be part and parcel of Krishna, and we accept Prabhupada to deliver us from repeated birth and death, then we will not become a tree in the next lifetime. We'll become a more advanced human in our next lifetime.
More advanced.
I'm sorry?
More advanced.
Attached?
More advanced than we are today.
Oh, yes. Because whatever you learn spiritually is permanent. Whatever you learn materially is temporary. Just like you learned how to put on your pants when you were 3 years old.
But also it is a
Put on your
mental.
pants now, it's a completely different experience. You don't refer back to being 3. You just do it the way you do at your age now, appropriately. This is temporary. But the kata that we're discussing, this is permanent. Okay?
Okay.
But ever
Vijay,
you advance,
but it is
you stay,
but it is
you do
also
not
meant,
ever go back.
Vijay, what were you saying?
but it is also maintained to spiritual knowledge. We have to. But whatever it's a time. If we have left the time and we have not maintaining the spiritual knowledge, but we can lose it. Whatever we have gained with the spiritual line.
I didn't quite understand. Rupa, can you help me?
I didn't hear either.
Uh-huh.
Please repeat.
Hello. Yeah. Am I
Yes,
audible?
yeah,
Yeah.
please. Yeah.
Whatever we
Your
have
audience
gained
didn't
knowledge
understand
about
what
the
you were
spiritual.
saying.
Actually, I'm trying to say that whatever we have gained in the spiritual line or the knowledge, we have to maintain it. Actually, what we are doing what I am doing that whenever I have gained something, some knowledge, but it will be not continue. With the time being, I am releasing. Actually, uh, we can't we can't continue that spiritual line or the spiritual language, spiritual knowledge.
You have no
We have to
choice.
maintain it. That.
You have to continue spiritual life because you're
Yeah,
eternally spirit soul. But whether
yeah,
you're covered by Maya or free from Maya, that's the question.
yeah,
You don't get Krishna. You don't become Krishna conscious person. You are a Krishna conscious person covered by Maya.
yeah,
So we push them. We don't touch Maya. We let the Maya take its distance, like our clothes are not glued to our body. So we have to tolerate the body, but while tolerating the body, we can become more and more self-realized as spirit soul.
yeah,
And that doesn't regress.
yeah,
Even if we lose our human body, you will not lose your consciousness of right now. What you're learning tonight, you will never lose it. Even if you take a different body, like a bird body or a cat body, you will not lose what you've heard. And it will drive you until you've taken another human body to continue. We don't have a guarantee that our next birth will be human. It absolutely, it depends on what we do in this lifetime.
We can go backwards.
We don't go backwards, we're eternal, but the body can become lower or higher body. I mean, if you have an animal body, it's not as good as a human body.
We're humans now.
No, we have a human body now.
Can we regress?
I'm not a human. I'm spirit soul, right?
Hare Krishna.
So I'm not a human. I have a human body. And you go to work in a car, right?
Yes.
What brand car is it? What maker? Who made your car?
Toyota.
What?
Toyota.
Oh yes, Toyota. Okay, you're not a Toyota. You own a Toyota. Similarly, you're not your body. You own your body. It belongs to you, but it's not who you are. So if I say who are you? I'm a Toyota. You can't say that because you're the driver, not like the soul is the driver of the body. The driver of the Toyota is Mahaprabhu driving a Toyota in his human body. So you can't say, I am this body or I am a human. any more than you can say, I am a car. But you can say, I have a body, and you can say, I have a car.
Mhm.
Does that make sense at all?
Yes, Prabhu. And you're sounding nice and clear these days.
Okay, so nothing else. Now I'm going to sound vague because I'm moving out of the room. But I'll be right back here.
I don't hear any more static. That's a good thing. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Haribol, now I'm back, you see.
Bol.
So I wasn't attached to the phones via my earphones, hearing it. I walked out of the room.
You're sounding nice and clear.
I am now, but when I stepped out of the room, I doubt that I did, right?
Sounding good. Does
Good.
everybody agree?
Yep.
All right.
But formerly, up until a few days ago, when I talked through my hearing aids, I could hear better and you could hear better
Mhm.
through the phone.
Okay.
So something's haywire, either in the phone or in the hearing aids.
Modern technology.
I tried to hook up the hearing aids to Phonax just to see what would happen. They don't want to hook. They don't hook up.
Well, you're sounding very clear to us right now.
That's because I'm talking into the microphone of the phone, not talking through my hearing aid.
As long as you can hear us, everything is okay.
Good. But when I go out into the world and I want to talk to people with my phone off, I will have to use my hearing aids
We'll rectify that in the future.
on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
So is early better or late better?
Whenever you want. Just show
Which is
up. And
better? Which is better for you?
you just show up and we'll take care of you.
Yeah, but you're probably going to have a long line of people.
Who knows? I'll sneak you in.
Huh?
I'll sneak you in.
You'll sneak me in.
Yes, I
Good.
will. All right.
Is it better to try to sneak me in during your lunch break, maybe, or not?
Doesn't make a difference. Just show up, ask for me, and I'll be there for you.
Well, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so now we have our honored guest, and please take the opportunity, Vijay. Please take the opportunity to ask the most core questions to connect yourself to Krishna. Okay?
Okay.
How do we connect to Krishna? By
We are
chanting.
connected. We are connected by Krishna by nature, but because we desired to be independent from Krishna, we got this material world, this material body, and the interesting mixed blessing of Paramatma. Because Paramatma facilitates our material desires if that's what we have, and he facilitates our spiritual desires if we give up our material desires. Basically, it's up to Paramatma, Krishna, Vishnu, in the heart. It's stated in the Bhagavad Gita, which as you know, if you read the Bhagavad Gita, which I would imagine you probably have, and that is that there's two birds in the heart of the jiva. One bird is the active bird, hopping up and down and screeching and demanding. And the other bird is the quiet bird, facilitating. Well, the screechy bird, of course, is the jiva. And the quiet bird is Paramatma. So if I screech and say, I want a car, I want a car, then Paramatma will help you figure out a way to get one if you have the karma to get it. If you have the material bank account, meaning that you have a way to get a loan to get a car, you can pay cash for the car, whatever it is you want. If you have that capacity, Paramatma will guide you exactly how to do it. And if you insist on being stupid about it, Paramatma will also allow you to get cheated by the car salesman. So that's all depends on your relationship to Krishna. So
I have a question about the Hare and Krishna.
can you talk louder?
Hari, yeah. Am I audible?
A little louder, yeah.
Yeah. Is the form of the Krishna is the form of the Hari or not?
What'd you say?
What is the difference between Hari and the Krishna?
What is the difference between Hari and Krishna?
Yeah.
Hari is
Hare?
Krishna.
Yeah.
There's no difference. Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. By the way, Vijay, are you on a remote or are you talking far from the microphone of your phone? Or are you talking through a computer? What are you doing?
No, actually, I am talking from the Bluetooth microphone.
In your computer?
Yeah.
Not in your cell phone?
No, actually, I have a cell phone.
If possible, can you get closer or can you turn up the volume on your computer? Is it a Macintosh?
Yeah, actually, I'm.
Well, on the
Also
left-hand
audible?
side of the keyboard, there is a means of increase. No, on the right-hand side of the keyboard, at the very top row, there's the next to the last button. You can use it to increase your volume.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's audible.
Yeah, it sounds a little louder, I hope.
Okay, okay. I just want to know that is the form of Krishna from the Hari. Hari, I think it's the Hari means Supreme God. Okay, in the India, there are too many form of the Hari. One is Vithal and another is the Ranchot Rai. It's the form of the and also Ram. Ram also is the form of the Hari, and Krishna is the avatar of the Hari. Okay, the seventh avatar of the Hari, Krishna.
Hari is Krishna is not an avatar of Hari, and Hari is not an avatar of Krishna. They're different names for the same personality of Godhead.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, Hari is the there are three many god is there. Actually, in the India, we are considering the three major gods. One is Lord Shiva. Second is Lord Brahma, and third is Lord Hari. Okay, and Hari is the maintaining all the activities, and which is Hari also. Krishna is seventh avatar of the Hari.
Well, what I'd like to ask you is, what difference does it make? I mean, we have the whole all Prabhupada said about his books. If anyone reads Prabhupada's books, he will understand Krishna very clearly.
Yeah.
You don't need the Ramayana, you don't need the Mahabharata, you don't need the Upanishads, you don't need anything. All you read Prabhupada's books, you will find, you read Iṣṭa-goṣṭhī, it reveals that God exists as a person. And then you read the introduction to the Bhagavad Gita, that this Gita is spoken by God himself as opposed to other religions on earth. And then you read the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna reveals his identity and how to approach him and how to worship him. And then you go further, you say, well, now I know who Krishna is. What is he like? He doesn't just stand on a battlefield all day, does he? So then you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, When you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, it takes you from babyhood to adulthood, from playing with, nursing with Mother Yasoda to dancing with gopis. The whole story is there in the cantos of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And then you say, now I know who God, I learned in Iṣṭa-goṣṭhī there is no God. God exists. I learned in the Bhagavad Gita, who is God? And it goes into great detail, because Arjuna, who already knows Krishna perfectly, is playing the role of disciple, and Krishna reveals everything about him and all the ways of understanding him and approaching him. But he's still standing on a battlefield. Then you say, I know who Krishna is. Now I want to know who Krishna does, what Krishna does. So you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, it will tell you everything, not everything. Krishna's pastimes are unlimited, but everything you need to know. Remember, this is based, the Iṣṭa-goṣṭhī, the introduction to the Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Vijaya Prabhu, was written for you, not for others. Just written for you.
Okay, we have 2 minutes left.
Okay, but then if you finish understanding who Krishna is and what he does, then you have one more question. Now I want to know, how do I worship Krishna? Then you read the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So you wanted to know about, I have to quickly finish this. Lord Chaitanya came to destroy religion. He gave the Mahamantra. The Mahamantra is the end result of any religion, never mind if it's Christianity or whatever religion it purports to be, or Hinduism. And he gives that, he gives the access, he gives you pure unalloyed love of God before you even become a member of ISKCON in the form of the holy name. Once you're in there with the holy name, that your job is not to become saved. You're already saved. Your job is not to go back to Godhead. You're already going to go back to Godhead. Your position in joining ISKCON is to become purified through the regulated principles, deity worship, reading Prabhupada's books, chanting Hare Krishna, Mridangas, Sankirtan, all of those things to bring you to the point of wanting to come up through the Madhyamadikaya platform. It's like an elevator to Krishna Loka, to come up to the point of becoming gradually pleasing to Krishna by your every thought, mood, and gesture. And when you're finally pleasing Krishna, Prabhupada says the Kirtana Maya will roll up. You'll see Krishna face to face. You'll come into productive yoga Maya. You'll see Krishna face to face. That is what everybody thinks that's going to happen if they're saved. But it will not happen for any Hindus. It will not happen for any Christians. It will not happen for any Jews or any Muslims or any Jains or Baha'is or anything like that. It won't happen. Why? Because first they have to be Vikari. That means first they have to come up to the platform of ISKCON. And if you can avoid...
10.
Okay, so avoiding anything that takes you away from the name as being you've already achieved your salvation. Now you have to bring your consciousness in align with that by losing material desire. And that is done as you come up through the ISKCON thing through the Kanista Adhikari, the neophyte stage, Madhyam. You come to Madhyam, you gradually lose even your wonderful desires to be a devotee. All the holy things you thought were so important, you have to shed those in order to become as your rasa with Krishna. In the end of your rasa with Krishna, when you've fully completed it, then you can associate with Krishna and Krishna Loka. That's what Krishna Prabhupada came here to teach. And don't listen to anyone who says otherwise, because it's not true. Okay, end of our session, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vijay can ask or say one more thing if he wants. Not Ramachandra, you should reach.
No, it will be okay. I will ask in the next another meeting. Also, we have a several meeting.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, I was
Haribol.
Haribol.
So I didn't hear what
Amen.
Vijay said, but I hope Ramachandra did. I hope that Rupa Manjari did. And if you did, then please satisfy what he wants to know, and then we'll cut out for the night until tomorrow night at 8.
Yeah,
Haribol.
Haribol.
Good night, everyone.
Okay, was Vijay satisfied? Did he hear what got to say what he wanted to say? Because I couldn't understand it. Ramachandra, are you there? Ramachandra Prabhu?
He has left the meeting.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Jai.
Always a pleasure to be in everybody's presence. You guys are fantastic.
Well, we want more and more people to, if people tune in and listen into what we're doing, then we hope they will take up this whole philosophy, start reading the books from a slightly different angle, give up the whole hierarchical guru and guru of the guru of the guru of the guru of the disciple of the disciple of the disciple of the disciple. Just stick with the holy name. You stick with the holy name, you are back to Godhead. You are, literally, you have delivered. The question is, bring your consciousness into alignment with what you are now as a pure devotee of the Lord. Whoever hears the name of Krishna is a pure devotee. However, to be conscious of being a pure devotee, you have to get the anarthas, or the things out of your mind, the material consciousness. So there we are. Hare Krishna.
Words of wisdom. Hare Krishna.
Is Ramachandra around?
He's muted.
Oh, he is?
He disappeared.
Well, he's supposed to be there to check us out. He's in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Ron?
Ron is muted.
But who is he?
I'm not quite sure. Is Rupa Manjari still on? I think she's gone as well.
So who's going to sign us off?
I think we're going to sign our own off.
Can Ron click himself to be unmuted so we can find out who he is?
If he can hear us. I'm not quite
Can
sure
you
if he
hear
can.
us, Ron? He should be able to hear us.
I'm going to FaceTime you in a few minutes, Narayan, if that's okay.
That's perfect.
Okay, I'll be talking to you in the next few minutes.
Ron, if you can hear my words and our words, please accept our blessing. Please accept our encouragement. Please accept our welcome to the lotus feet of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'll talk to you in a few minutes, Narayan.
Okay, great.
Hare Krishna.
So I'm leaving.